Hey everyone. Memo, don't take your unhappiness on the road. Van life. I'm glad the weather is supposed to be changing and we're seeing the weather changing because I see a lot of people who are living in vans and RVs who look happier. The biggest reason I see that van dwellers are unhappy is because they don't know how to travel and make money on the road. The number one question that I had starting my van journey is, how do nomadic people who live in a van or RV, how do they make money on the road? How do they make money traveling? I was watching one van dweller and he stated that he worked, get this, 2 jobs for 6 months straight to be able to travel and live out of his van. Now, he just sold his first van and he flipped it and he purchased another one. He buys those high-end vans. I watch a lot of van dwellers and RVers, and it seems they have taken, shame on them, they have taken their unhappiness on the road. It's traveling right down the road and alongside them. Like there they are, and there's the unhappiness. And I hate seeing that because I love van dwellers and RVers. I love watching their channels. As I've been watching these van dwelling videos in preparation for my own trip, I have pledged to myself not to take any unhappiness on the road. Wells of CheapRv Living said that if you are unhappy in your home, you will be unhappy on the road. And I agree with that to a certain extent, but it's also true that changing your surroundings can bring you more happiness and more freedom. You know, you are told by the van and RV community what gadgets and things to take on the road in order to cook, to bathe, to poop, to stay warm or to stay cool, to stay safe. They share all kinds of things, and some even share that what you'll need personally living out of your vehicle. They even share what you'll need personally living out of your vehicle. They say, purchase some things and then you'll pick up some stuff along the way. I have pledged to myself not to take any unhappiness on the road, but I understand that things are going to happen to make you unhappy and upset. If your vehicle breaks down, how can you not be upset? It's your home. It's not a van dweller. It's a van dweller. Well, it's not a van dweller who I've watched, except maybe a few who haven't had car issues. Even the ones with newer rigs have car issues. There's a van dweller who I watched, and she has a Mercedes Sprinter, and she put some diesel, I think she said some cheap diesel gas in her rig, and they have to drop her engine. So it's like really, really costly. And I've seen so many van dwellers with van issues. And I have always had cars that break down. And I've probably had everything, and I'm serious, go wrong that could go wrong on a car. And that's mostly because I like to buy, here's my air quotes, what I call cash cars. And I went to a car dealership the other day, and well, not the other day, some months back, and I said, because that's when I was looking for a van. I said, do you have any cash cars? And he looked at me and he smiled and he winked. He said, all cars are cash cars if you got the money. So that's true. So I always just, save up and just, buy a vehicle. I do not like having a car note. So in addition to broken down cars, some of these people, they have other issues like, I don't know, it seems like mental health challenges or mental health issues, and honey, don't we all? But that's a conversation for another day. Back to the broken down cars issue. I know that it's inevitable. That's why I'm always looking for ways to make money on the road and also sharing ideas of how I make money and travel. I haven't started my van journey, and I'll circle back to that. But I've always traveled. I love traveling. I love the freedom. I love going new places, staying for a few months at a time. I really do. I mean, who doesn't? Who don't like that freedom? the freedom of making money while traveling. The number one question I had, as I said, as I'm starting my van journey, is how do nomadic people who live in a van or RV make money on the road? I know how I make money traveling, or how I've been able to make money traveling, and I have been a digital nomad for many years. Even though I'm not completely in my van yet, I've always kept a fixed space. I love the flexibility of being a freelancer and also working online and choosing my own hours. But, I also do traditional work as needed because, with freelancing, it's just there are good times and there are not so good times. But before I go too deep into it, I want to share how van dwellers and how RVers can earn money while traveling, which is mostly passive income. And let me give a brief, before I even get started, let me give a brief thing about me. I'm Frankie, my van is B, and I also still keep a room because, there's no one van blueprint, van life, no one style of van living, RV living that fits all. I'm about to turn 50, the big 50. I plan to start a YouTube podcast to complement my channel, something like Frankie in the Van or Frankie Speaks or Van Talk. Van Talk sounds manly. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm going to start I want to have a podcast to complement my YouTube channel. Because as I officially go on my life trip, my road trip, I want to share my travels and my thoughts. This will allow my audience, the millions of you, yeah, I just got a handful, but I appreciate you all subs. I want to share, how I exercise, how I cook. Let me back up. I want to share a podcast that, because you know how sometimes you listen to these podcasts and you want to, not podcasts, I know sometimes I'm watching these YouTube videos and I have other stuff to do. Like I'm trying to exercise or I'm cooking or I'm cleaning up. And so sometimes I just want to listen, but when they share an exciting video, I have to sit there. I don't have to, but I choose to sit there and watch. But sometimes I just want to hear them speak. Now back to the subject at hand. How do you make money on the road? A great way to make money on the road, the way I do it, is to plan, create, and sell a digital information product, which becomes the gift that keeps on giving. So here's why creating and selling a digital information product is the gift that keeps on giving. If you do a service or a job for someone, the only way to earn money is to do that service over and over again. You do the service, you get paid. You do the service, you get paid. That's like traditional work. I do freelancing and I do writing services. And if I write a blog post or an ebook or a guide or a technical guide for a client, I get paid for it once. I must write another something to get paid again. Somebody hires me to write a blog post, I get paid for it. I do another one, I get paid. Let's say you get a job through CoolWorks. You must go to work each day to get paid, and that's fine. As I stated, I have to do traditional work sometimes, or I choose to because I always like to stack money. But when you create a digital information product and you sell it, you create it once and you get paid for it over and over and over again. It's work that's more passive income than not. It's not totally passive income, because you do have to update a digital product. But I have digital products that I haven't updated in months, and in some cases years, and I'm still getting, if you will, residual or passive income. But you do need to update your digital products. So what are digital information products? They're things like ebooks, video and audio recordings, software apps, worksheets, checklists. The list is endless. In the old days, people made like infomercials. They sold tapes and CDs and DVDs. You know your pastor was selling DVDs and CDs, after church. And, they sold. So that's what people did. Infomercials. You remember Tony Robbins and his motivational tapes and CDs, and Lisa Nichols, and these people, they sold physical products. These days, if you have a cell phone and internet connection, you can create an information product that lets you earn and travel. You can create a digital product, a digital information product. You can create it for any audience. So who is your target audience? Is your target audience people who love dogs and cats? Is it people who homeschool, people who take Disney cruises, people who want to learn Instapot or Roll Pro recipes? Your target audience does not have to be the community that we're in. So like if you're in the van and the RV community, that does not have to be your target audience. Your target audience can be people who like to make, or who would like to learn how to make jewelry, or like to learn how to be more creative. It could be people who would like to learn how to house sit. The good thing is, whatever skills you don't have to create a product, you can get it. Someone can help you. As an example, my skill set is writing. I write PDFs and guides and blogs. I can make graphics, but it's still not my top skill set. And at this point, I'm not doing any editing of videos. And so, but there are third-party platforms that you can hire somebody, mostly at an affordable rate, although be warned, you do get what you pay for. You might have a millennium in your family, or a fellow Vandweller RVer who is good at, say, editing videos or something like that. I have a course about how to create and sell digital information products. And I show how I've done it with proof of my income. And I've made some cha-ching. And so this course, to take this course, you have to provide your email. And it's not to me, it's to the site that I provided on. And yeah, this site, they're going to say, sign up for 2 free months, sign up for 2 free months, and they'll encourage you to join. You'll get like an email, but you can always unsubscribe to the email, and you can always not join and pay like the $10 a month or whatever it is, but you can just take my course and really learn how. And this is like my gift to van dwellers and RVers, because I share good information in the course in my humble speaking style. And creating a course or a digital product is how I live. I show proof of how I live getting on the road. So whatever the case, the link is going to be in the description of this podcast. So be sure to check the link. Again, you're going to have to give your email address. You can give any email address, and they are going to, want you to join a site. You absolutely don't have to. I'm in an independent, let me give you an example. I'm in the independent author community. We respect one another. We value each other's time. Most of us, you're going to always have a few. And so I want to become a part of this community. I want to learn from other van dwellers and RVers. And so I want to give out good information. I don't want to give out bad information. But I do want to share with you all how I earn and travel. Like I said, even though I'm not in my van yet, that's coming up in a few weeks, or about a week now. But I have been traveling forever. I just got back from New York. So check out the link for my course, how to create and sell a digital product, and get started creating and selling your digital product. Here's wishing all my van and RV brethren happy and safe travels, encouraging you always, 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 always take the joy route. Frankie, my van is B, signing off.